Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this new moon guided energy activation. For today's session, I have messages that want to come through first, and so I'm going to share those. And then we are going to transition into a guided meditation and an energy activation. So, in this energy activation today, we are going to be utilizing divine technology that's going to take us through a transformation of consciousness. What's really being called for on your journey right now is what you will experience in a way that is filled with grace and love, what you're ready for at this time. So if you're new to my videos, then I'm an energy channel, and in these sessions, I channel the energy frequencies, light codes of the moon, other divine high vibrational energies that are being called to come through. And so if you're open and receptive to receive an energy activation today, it will always be in highest alignment and your highest and best good, aligned with your intentions and desires, and it's always safe. So if you're open and receptive to that today, just say yes in your mind's eye. Beautiful. And so I'm going to, before we connect energetically, I'm being called to connect energetically and channel the energy and then go through the messages, because you are meant to receive the energetic vibration of these messages. So not just hearing them, but receiving the energy in a way that is aligned with you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take about a minute and connect energetically and begin the channeling. As I do this, I invite you to bring forth in your mind any intentions that you have for this new moon. And I see new moons and full moons as two sides of the same coin. So what are you ready to release during this time? And what are you calling for? What are you desiring to align with or to call into your life? Set those intentions, and I'll let you know once we're connected, and then we'll get into the messages. And what I'm asking for now is that the energy is channeled into you and aligns your consciousness and every aspect of your being and your multidimensionality with those intentions you set, and also with the call of your destiny and your soul. Whatever is in highest alignment, you're receiving the energy for this now. You are also being surrounded by a white pyramid of light, and this is going to act as protection and also a tool of transmutation, so that anything and everything you release in this session today will be sent into that pyramid of light and sent back to source. Calling in your team of guides, angels, benevolent ancestors, light beings, who can assist you today. Just allowing yourself to be surrounded and supported. And so I'm going to start with the messages that I received, and then we'll go into this guided activation. As I bring forth these messages, take what resonates, take what aligns. There is nothing in these messages that is meant to be triggering or fear-inducing or anything. And they're not scary, they're beautiful. But I'm just saying that because although we're experiencing similar energies, it expresses differently on our paths. So if there's something that just doesn't align with you, then it's just not part of your journey at this time, right? All right, so I wrote down some of these, but I'm also, when I energetically connected, I got more downloads. So we'll just dive into the messages that are wanting to come through. So this period of time marks the transition in the seasons of your life. What was is meant to be lovingly laid to rest. And these are things that don't feel aligned. You're not being forced to let go of anything that is in alignment, anything that feels good. But this is a time of deep transformation. And so I'm feeling like from really the Lionsgate portal until this point, many things for many people have been brought to the surface. They may have looked like physical dis-ease. They may have looked like challenges, even catalysts. And if you haven't experienced those, then wonderful, it just wasn't a part of your journey. But if you have, then everything that was brought to the surface was all of your deepest blocks, essentially, energy blocks that were being brought to your awareness so that they could be released. And I'm seeing like there was a bubble that burst. And what the bubble was this stuck energy, something that was confining you. And what is happening now is the bubble burst, and all of that energy is now meant to be washed and cleared away. So what was blocking you is not blocking you, but what is being called for is the removal, the loving letting go of that energy that burst, essentially, that was creating that block, or maybe multiple blocks. There was a frequency mismatch between what you were carrying with you, what you were still holding on to in your consciousness, in your energy field, through the stories and the beliefs and the karmas and the ancestral energy. There was a mismatch between that and where you ascended into. So the only option was for that bubble to burst. And now everything is being cleared away. And so maybe you know what I'm talking about and what you experienced in your journey, or maybe it happened on more subtle levels. But I'm really feeling this energy pretty collectively. Of course, if it resonates, take it. So the parts that you're letting go of, and we'll be doing this in the session, is anything that was holding you back. And these are deep layers. I mean, this is something that you likely held on to for lifetimes, deep within your ancestry. It's just, I'm feeling and I'm seeing the layers of depth, and it may have even been a reoccurring pattern on your journey this lifetime. And it's time for, it's just it's done. The energy, it's time for complete freedom from it, whatever that might be for you. So for many, you might already know the patterns. And so if you already know the patterns that you are releasing, then the energy in today's session is going to assist you in removing those. If you are not yet clear, then you may receive awareness during this time of what those patterns are. You may not, but either way, they're being released and let go of. And we're meant to move forward in new energy that feels a lot more efficient, a lot easier to heal, to manifest, consciously create, to flow through life, to experience this ascension, these transmutations. I'm getting just a lot more ease, but we're needing to let go of the expectation of things being hard, of constantly trying to heal, trying to manifest. It can happen very easily and efficiently when we let go of the consciousness of the old. And so also, this is a time where you will be opening and expanding the capacity to hold your blessings. And so what you've been calling in, trying to manifest, intend, you are now ready to expand to the level where you can actually receive these and let them in and allow them in a way that you feel safe. And the final message that I'm getting is aligning your consciousness with this new frequency. And not to overthink it, but instead go into a space of love. Go into the body, the energy, out of the mind, and allow the energy of your heart to transform your mind. So we're not using our mind to try to figure things out right now, but we are allowing the energy to transform our mind and then using our minds as a tool moving forward. Okay, so those messages seem complete. And we're now moving into the activation. If you are not yet in a space where you can relax and receive, I invite you to do so now. So laying down, sitting with your eyes closed, whatever feels best. If you are able to, at least in this session, I invite you to lay down. If you're not able to, completely fine. But the divine technology that we will be utilizing, I will have you visualize laying down on a table. So just allow yourself a moment in stillness. Taking a couple of deep breaths. And with every exhale, relaxing deeper and deeper, surrendering more and more. Allowing yourself just to melt into whatever is supporting you. The ground, a bed, a couch, just melting into it now. Feeling how supported and how safe you are to flow into this next season. Flow into this next chapter of your soul's experience. And we're calling upon divine technology to assist us now. And I will guide you through the visuals of this divine technology. We begin by visualizing we are laying upon a crystalline table. Now, this table is programmed with the intentions you have in your heart, and also where your soul is calling you. It is coded with your destiny blueprint. And you are being reminded you always have the choice, though. And there's no shame, guilt, or condemnation of any sort. So if at any point you feel that something is not for you, and this is both in this session, but also outside of this session, at any point, just say, I just don't want this, or I'm just not ready, or maybe I want to experience something different. Whatever that is, there will be no shame or condemnation of the choices you make. And so you are laying upon this bed that is coded with your highest intentions, your destiny blueprint, while also honoring your free will choice. Receiving light codes from Source, Divine Creator. And when you are ready, we are going to enter this divine technology of a healing chamber. And so if you're ready, just say yes. And there's nothing for you to do, but this table that you're relying upon is now moving into this healing chamber. And the first part of the chamber, you are experiencing complete darkness, stillness. You are safe. There is nothing to fear here. But this is a place where all that was is coming up to be released. And so as you lay upon this table in this healing chamber, you simply allow all of that old, outdated energy to be brought up. And maybe you get the stories and the beliefs, and you consciously know what this energy is. Maybe it's coming up through your body in a way that is safe, through your emotions. I'm going to be silent and hold space for you. And I invite you to be in the stillness and let whatever comes up that is ready to be released come into the top of your energy field and consciousness now. Just continuing to breathe, letting it all come up in this safe space without expectation, without force, just surrender and allowance. What are you being called to let go of? What are you being called to lovingly let go, release? And we notice any part of us that is still trying to hold on to this out of fear of the unknown, deeply ingrained patterns. What is that part of us that's doesn't quite trust that we can let this go, we can move past this? Just lovingly inviting that part of us to make itself known as you witness it. Allowing it to present itself in any form. Maybe it is not mental, maybe it's a sensation in the body. You are the witness now for what is coming up. That is all your role needs to be in this moment. And we ask, what does this part of me need? So that I may fully let this go. Let all go. That is no longer serving me and no longer aligned. And you don't need to know the answer to this question. You just ask, what does this part of me need right now to let this go? To move on. And I invite you, if you are able, to place your hands upon your body. Maybe you give yourself a hug. Maybe you just see where your hands want to fall naturally. And in this act of unconditional self-love and compassion, We honor ourselves for where we were in this last chapter of our journey. We honor all those versions of us and the version of you in this very moment, honoring that version, the one who is on the cusp of what was and what is becoming. And through that unconditional self-love, forgiveness, compassion, acceptance, and surrender, we give ourselves what we need in this very moment to move on and transition. And the divine technology is assisting you in this. Again, you don't have to know what it is, just your allowance is enough. And you can repeat, I give myself what I need now to let go. I receive what I need now to let go. And in those words, I am seeing this divine technology working on every layer. So removing cords, energies, entities, clearing the DNA, healing, clearing the ancestry. I'm in my mind's eye, I'm visually seeing so many different layers that we cannot even conceptualize that is happening on your behalf. And so we just allow, surrender and allow whatever you have chosen to release, to the extent that you are truly ready to release it, is being cleared, transmuted, removed in the most divine way through the energy of unconditional love, forgiveness, and grace. And now you are invited to take 3 deep breaths to complete this process. I'll give you space to do that on your own. 3 deep breaths. And you can keep your hands on your body, or you can just relax them at your side or wherever feels comfortable. If you are ready to move on from this, and enter this next phase and stage of your journey, but also go to the next stage in this healing chamber, if you are ready to let this go and move on, move through to the next energy. Say yes in your mind's eye. And you are being wrapped up by the most divine love as your sacred yes now moves this table, fully leaving behind that which you have chosen to let go of. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We say to those energies and those versions of us. As all parts of you are now in this healing chamber going to go through a transition and a transformation. And so this table is moving you through different parts of this healing chamber, giving you what you need on your journey, preparing you for what is next. And so I am seeing, as I spoke of in the beginning of this session, your container to hold these blessings being expanded. Giving you the energy to feel safe to receive. I am seeing great shifts in perspective, allowing yourself to see everything through a new heightened lens. I'm seeing that inner voice being transformed to one that respects you, encourages you, to one that is aligned with self-love, your limitless potential, freedom, joy, empowerment. That inner voice being transformed now and aligned. And seeing your energy and your frequency I'm seeing multiple things. Expanding, your light expanding, you opening up to be the embodiment of more of your light. And I'm also seeing adjustments being made where things were not in alignment. Now your energetic field, your frequency is being adjusted. Like turning the dial on the radio station, as so many use as an analogy. And this divine technology is doing it on your behalf. Just continue to surrender and allow. And seeing the embodiment of source, of miracles, of true divine power, the balanced masculine and feminine energies. As you are also receiving downloads and light codes, and your intuition is being expanded to the point that you're ready for it. You don't have to try hard to live intuitively. It just is an embodiment now. It comes naturally. You're not having to figure everything out. It's coming naturally. The answers are just here, and you're experiencing all of them. In a way and at a time that is most aligned. And whatever you are ready for, whatever you have been calling in, energetically aligned to that timeline. Now the version of you transformed into the version of you. It was on that timeline, and I'm seeing as you do this, all is shifted and adjusted divinely through grace. Within, without, above as below, as above, so below. And we enter the final part of this healing chamber. And this is the new, the transformed, the transmuted. Rest in this new. No more trying, no more thinking, no more manifesting, no more intending. Just rest in this new. For that is enough. Allowing love to fill your heart, grace to fill your being, peace, joy, bliss. Not forcing it, not trying, resting in this now. And once again, before we exit this healing chamber, you are invited to take 3 deep breaths on your own, as every breath will be an integrative energy from everything you received. So I'll be silent and give you space to do those 3 deep breaths now. And this process is now complete, allowing that table to gently, lovingly guide you out of this healing technology. And you are feeling yourself back now in this time and space, really connecting to whatever surface is supporting you. Allowing your energy to ground into Mother Earth, growing those deep energetic roots, grounding in, physically integrating the shifts that you just experienced. And we intend that as you move forth from this session, this transformation and these shifts occur in a way that is filled with grace and ease, just a natural, beautiful unfoldment in a way that is most aligned. And I have now disconnected from this energy activation. So be it, and so it is. Let's take a moment to give our gratitude for all that we experienced. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I want to thank you for being here, for going through this today. I'm intending many, many blessings on your journey, this new moon, and moving forward. As always, I have extensive healings on my website that I don't offer anywhere else, and programs. If you need assistance in any area, I would invite you to check out the links below. Sending you so much love and light, and I'll talk with you next time.